Osiris League Grand Final is here, and with it we have the two new commanders, Cyrus and Nebuchadnezzar. I'm just going to call it Nebu. In this video, I'm gonna show a practice game in this Osiris League Grand Finals, where we are going to showcase a max skill Cyrus and a max skill Nebuchadnezzar in action. We will check their skill animation and what they can do on the battlefield, have a little bit of an idea. The commanders are not yet released into the game, they are not available to be obtained, but in this Osiris League Grand Finals, players from Overlords and V636 are able to test them and experience them in practice games. So I got this video from John Wick from Overlords, which I thank him very much for sharing this with me. I'm going to post in the description of my video the links to this video. Make sure you go to his channel, drop a like. He also talks a little bit from his perspective about the two videos that I'm going to show them in this video, say my ideas and my perspective regarding his testing and what we see in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today we have Osiris League Grand Final that just started, and we did the practice game for the Osiris League. I'm not sure if you're noticing, but right now the player is trying to create a practice match and is at least showing how you can create a practice match. This is all the commanders available on the Osiris League Grand Finals, and I have to say that it's literally all of them. I'm just gonna play it and just gonna let you scroll to it. There is two commanders missing. I was told it's probably a glitch. Theodora and Mulan are not in the list, but any other commanders, they're all max skill level 60, and we just passed the one that we are interested in, but we will see them a little bit later on. Do the talents the way they want and then just reset for free. It doesn't cost anything. They don't have equipment. All the players have the same VIP, the same amount of troops, the same commanders, so he can do presets with these commanders while he's in Osiris League Grand Finals. And I'm not sure if you're noticing, but this is Nebuchadnezzar and Lubu in the same time. Max skill commanders. Wouldn't love to just test a little bit, just go inside and just play a little bit with all these commanders. Ooh, that would be really nice. This is how Osiris League Grand Finals, or how it used to be Osiris League Invitational. I do hope that this kind of event will be available for everyone else in the future, not just really for the champions, but we will see. The round one, ladies and gentlemen, the battleground will open in about 6 days and some hours, so stay tuned for some really crazy action. Going on to the second part of the video, it's obviously showcasing the two new commanders, Cyrus the Great and Nebuchadnezzar. And I'm not sure if you noticed the wide area from Nebuchadnezzar, which to be honest is super wide. Look at that. It's 180 degree, almost like Ethelflaed, I would say, and the animation is pretty interesting. I would say that Cyrus animation is really crazy. I don't know what to say. There's so many numbers and so many skill numbers going on over there. If you watch the original video, you'll probably hear the sound of their animation as well, so make sure you check the description of the video. Drop a like to John Wick for doing this for us, and subscribe to his channel, because I suppose he's trying to get more often videos for, who knows, Osiris League, or guides about Osiris League in the future regarding this. So this is the first test that he has done, trying Nebuchadnezzar with Cyrus, I'm guessing, versus Cyrus and Ramses. Now, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, just mute it. On all his tests, from what I've seen, Cyrus and Ramses kinda dominated a little bit. It kind of makes sense that Cyrus and Ramses dominate because he has the skill damage reduction, and he decreased the defense of the target that he is hitting, which kind of gives you a lot of damage power. It gives you defense as well. There's a little bit of healing over there, as you notice, 4000 healing. This is one pair that I was hoping to really be great, Cyrus and Ramses, and the second pair that I'm hoping to be really great is Cyrus and YSG, and he's definitely going to test that. The environment is as equal as it can be on his test because they are both Ottomans, both players. They don't have equipment because this is the rule of the Osiris Grand Finals, and it's literally just talent trees. They all have the same VIP and all the bonuses and everything else, it's all the same. Here is another test. He done Cyrus the Great with Ramses II, and he tried Artemisia with Cyrus. Artemisia has the defense and Cyrus obviously has the rage restoration with his expertise. It didn't work so great. Again, Ramses apparently is prevailing. This is the third test. Cyrus the Great and Ramses versus Cyrus and YSG. And like I was mentioning, I was really hoping that Cyrus and YSG will excel a little bit or will shine a little bit. But again, Ramses has the defense, has that protection, the skill damage, the defense, the little bit of healing, and all those kind of things. They make the pair to be a little bit more defensive. On the other hand, even that Cyrus and Ramses, they are a little bit more defensive. I kinda like the traits on this. So I would say that for a huge murder ball, I would rather go with YSG second to Cyrus, because the difference on the severely wounded and the remaining troops is not really so high. You will get more defense from Ramses, is true. He would be more useful when you have a smaller murder ball, when people can target you. That way Cyrus will be able to last longer. But in a bigger murder ball, where there is a smaller chance that you will be targeted, Cyrus and YSG will perform much better. I'm gonna do a video about that because this is something that I experienced in my KVK, and I do have to say that it was pretty interesting. I've tried, since I have now so many legendaries, I've tried different pairs and combinations in murder balls, either smaller murder balls, bigger murder balls, and the results were really great. And I want to talk in a separate video. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do that. I'm just so busy right now with the KVK and all the things going on. I just didn't have time to do it. This is another test which I also asked him to do. I was really curious how Edward and Cyrus will do, because they both have mobility. Cyrus has rage restoration, you know, Edward has the damage and so on. I was really wondering that the synergy would be really great, but apparently Cyrus and Ramses, they still smashed them. Watching the battle, because I did watch the battle, I do have to say that Cyrus does have a decent synergy with Edward. The only problem is that Cyrus being first requires 1000 rage with Ramses second, and they also have the protection, and once Edward is dropping in troops, it does so low damage to Cyrus and Ramses, and that's when Cyrus and Ramses is kind of taking over. But for a very good amount of time, Edward wasn't dropping so bad. And with Edward and Cyrus, you do have quite a lot of mobility if you want to put that together, like having some super mobility, Archer March, and damage packed together. And this is a try which I also asked. Nebuchadnezzar with Cyrus versus Cyrus and Nebuchadnezzar. It's very interesting. I would say that 10,000 remaining troops is all about RNG. I don't think there is really a difference whichever you're going to put as a primary, because I mean, let's be serious, when it's 10,000 troops, it's 10,000 troops left. It was just whichever had more luck with the procs, because if you go to the skill of Nebuchadnezzar and Cyrus, you're going to see that they have a lot of chances of popping so many small damages. And this is another report which I was fairly surprised. Nebuchadnezzar with YSG against Nebuchadnezzar with Artemisia. The theory behind it, what I'm guessing, was trying to see like who would be better in a AoE situation, who would do more damage. Obviously this is single target versus single target. The true value of these commanders, you would see them in a murder ball, right? At least a 5 versus 5 game where the AoE will have value. But when you fight 1 versus 1, you don't see so much value on their skills and their abilities as commander. But this is very interesting because Artemisia, it is a more defensive commander. Although there is something to keep in mind: when Artemisia expertise goes on, you do some damage to your target, but you also increase the skill damage on your target by 15%. The skill damage they do, you can check Artemisia expertise, and that's pretty devastating for Artemisia especially in this 1 versus 1 test. If you test with commanders that don't do skill damage, then it would be a little bit more accurate regarding Artemisia. But testing her against commanders that do skill damage, I would say that you're pretty much killing your own Artemisia with her expertise. But as a AoE value on a murder ball, I like Artemisia a lot. So in this test, YSG won. There's way more skill damage and way more nuking power on YSG. This is something that you might want to keep note. The final test and the truth about Cyrus and Ramses demolishing in 1 versus 1 pretty much anything that John Wick was trying to throw at it, or any kind of pairs that or combination they were trying to do. Cyrus and Ramses prevailed every single time. But like he's mentioning in his video, and like I mentioned probably 2-3 times in this video as well, the true value of AoE commanders, you notice it in a bigger murder ball when you keep hitting multiple targets. Nebuchadnezzar hits up to 5 targets, and you saw the range is like Ethelflaed, so that's a pretty big range, which kind of makes him a really good commander for murder balls. And then you have YSG who hits 5 targets in a circular area. I just don't know what to say. These commanders, they will be really great for murder balls. Group fights, group battles where there's a lot of AoE, you will see a lot of value in these two commanders. As a note, which probably is the best thing you want to take as a note, Nebuchadnezzar and Cyrus, they don't have any kind of defense. They are like YSG, they are glass cannon type of commanders. This is very important to keep in mind because as powerful as they are in their AoE, they can also bring like a lot of severely wounded. So for example, if someone puts 2-3 Attilas, like it happened to me because I was trying archers in the ruins, if someone puts Attila on you and you just don't see it or you just don't feel it because Attila just does normal attack damage and is slowly sinking in and killing your march, you can have quite some big numbers as hospital bills by just 1 or 2 march hitting you, and that can be very devastating as archers. A lot of tests need to be done, probably 1 versus 1. Cyrus and Ramses, or Cyrus and Nebuchadnezzar, or Cyrus and YG might win against an Attila because it's way too much skill damage and Attila just does normal attack damage, which is not so high. But who knows? I'm pretty sure more tests will be done once the commander will be released, but at least you have an idea about what the commanders do. You saw their skill animation, you saw their AoE, the range of their skills, and I really like them a lot. I said that I'm only going for Cyrus, but now I have a very strong feeling I might go for Nebuchadnezzar as well. Get it! Like, you need to get it, you must get it. It is a must-have. We will see when they'll be released. I hope you do enjoy this video, and I hope you do enjoy this report. Like I said, the full videos is in the description of the video, and make sure you drop a like to his video as well. Drop a like to my videos as well for sharing this to you. Until next time, this is your boy Legendary signing off. Peace out, y'all, and take care. See you in the next one, and stay safe, my friends.